right, so page 1 from this review says to identify each triangle based on its sides and angles. We did the first one together. Remember, we said that it could be equilateral acute or equilateral equiangular. Either one is fine for this worksheet. I won't be too picky. Number 2. Any ideas? Isosceles. 2 sides are the same, so isosceles acute. Yes. It doesn't give us any of the angle measures, but they're obviously all less than 90, right? So there you go. Isosceles acute. Number 3. Scalene. None of the sides are the same. And it is obtuse because that larger angle in the middle has a measure larger than 90. Questions so far? All right, go down to number 4. Equilateral. Equiangular. Now, this one you cannot have acute because they're labeled as all being the same. Here they're not labeled. It's not obvious. It's just something that you know from the previous section, 4.3 that we did. Down here, though, it is obvious. These are all congruent. The sides are all 3 feet, equilateral, equiangular. Number 5, 3, 4, 5 are the side lengths.
Scalene, right.
So that's scalene.
Right.
And then there's a right angle, so it's also a right triangle. Good. And number 6.
Isosceles acute.
Isosceles.
Acute.
Acute. Yes. These all, you're not given any of the measures, but they all appear to be less than 90, so we're going to go with it. Isosceles acute. Let me move that up just for a second. There you go. What are your questions 1 through 6? Number 7, anyone have any thoughts? The side lengths are 5 meters, 7 meters, and 11 meters. Scalene and obtuse. Good. Number 8. Good. The side lengths are all the same, so it's equilateral. The angles are all marked as being congruent, so it's equiangular as well. All right, number 9. It's kind of hard to see, but this says 95 degrees, and then the side lengths are 3, 3, and 5. So what did you guys come up with?
Isosceles obtuse.
Isosceles obtuse. Great. All right, number 10.
Scalene acute.
Scalene acute. Good. It's 1 degree too small for anything else. Scalene acute. Number, what are we on? 11? Yeah, 5, 5, and 7. So 2 of the sides are the same, so it's isosceles. And then that says 88 degrees, so acute. And then the last one's the equas, equilateral, equiangular. All right, that's the whole front. That was section 4.1. What are your questions? So we did number 1 together last week, but I will refresh your memory on this. We are subtracting the 2 angles that we know from 180. That will give us the angle that we don't know. So 180 minus the right angle, 90, minus 45 gives us a 45-degree angle. We talked about on Friday, I don't particularly like this worksheet because they kind of label the angles to make them look like they're all congruent. They all have these markings on them. They're not, though. So a lot of people are like, oh, it's 45 because they're marked the same. Well, normally, yes, but like I said, this worksheet is not my favorite. We're actually going to have to go through the math, the subtraction steps to find the angle measures. Questions on that idea? All right, number 2, what should I subtract from 180?
180 minus 30 minus 40.
180 minus 30 minus 40. Anyone have that? 110. Good. All right. Number 3. What should I do?
180 minus 80 minus 80.
180 minus 80 minus 80. 20.
We have to do it from. Can we just say the answer? We just say
No, let's write out the steps just in case anyone's unsure. That is a good reminder, though. We don't have a quiz coming up right after this review. The quiz is early next week. So it is, although there's not a quiz immediately following this packet, it is still nice that we go through step by step so everyone knows how to do every problem so that when the quiz does come next week, you haven't completely forgotten what we did last week. All right, so what is 180 minus 45 minus 45? 90, very good. All right, number 5. 180 minus 80 minus 50. What'd you guys come up with? 50, good. Number 6. 180 minus 60 minus 60.
60.
Yeah, you should know that one just by looking at it. All right, I'll leave those up there for a second. Any questions? If you didn't show the work on this page, I would not freak out too much. This is something you can easily type in the calculator. But again, I'm going to show it just so everyone knows how to do it. We good?
The wrong answer down.
Oh, I did put the wrong answer down.
I'm not-
No, I'm sorry. I was doing part of the subtraction. I added 60 and 60 instead of adding 60 and 60 and subtracting it from 180. Hey, thanks. Just making sure you're all paying attention. You passed. Questions? All right. Number 7. What shall I do?
180 minus 60 minus 40. You get 75.
It's 70. It's 75.
I think it's 75. All right, next one.
180 minus 110 minus 35. You get 35.
All right, and last one for this page.
110.
What'd you get on this last one?
I got 110.
I 55.
Yeah, I believe 55. Because it's like 90 minus 35. So yeah, fix that. If you got the wrong answer, you might have just subtracted incorrectly. It happens. Questions? All right, so on the third page of this packet, this is still from section 4.2. 4.2 had a lot in it. We are looking for the exterior angle. Do you guys remember how to find the exterior angle?
No.
There's a shortcut.
Oh, okay.
You add the interior.
Yeah, you add the two interior angles on the opposite side of the triangle. So 40 plus 70?
110.
110, very good. I like this worksheet because it already has a little bubble for your answer. So convenient. All right, on the next one, we're looking for TVX. So 50 plus with the obviously 100. Should I write that on there? All right, and then number 3, we're looking for BDX. 40 plus 40.
Oh wait, no, 80, 80.
80, very good.
It looks like I drew 60 in there, but then I think I drew 80.
Yes, just penmanship error. Okay.
30.
Questions? Anyone need more time with the first 3? All right, let's get the next. See if we can get them all up there at the same time.
30 plus 40 is 50. I'm at 70.
Let's make sure. I always like to trace the angle first, just make sure we're looking for the right angle. So EFX. Yes, that is the exterior angle. So 30 plus 40 equals 70. All right, next one we're looking for PQX. Again, it's the exterior angle.
45.
45 plus 45 is, in fact, 90, correct? VWX. VWX. How
100.
double check your math. If we go old school, 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1. 1 and 4 is 5, and 5 and 5 is 100. Or 5 and 5 is 10, which gives us 100. So just check your addition, not a big deal.
105.
104.
Which one are you talking about as 105? Oh, sorry, I don't even know what angle I'm looking for yet. KJX, okay, the exterior angle.
104.
So 65 plus 40
105.
would be 105.
Maybe 104.
Just double check your math. You might have written it down as a 4 instead of a 5.
Oh.
All right, over here we have ABX, exterior angle again.
35.
So 35 plus 90, 125. And number 9, QRX. Wonderful. What are your questions?
170. Oh, that's the answer.
Ooh.
This backside is all about 4.3. That's the one, the section about equilateral and isosceles triangles. So some special triangles happen in here. Number 1, what is the X? 6. Yes, if the angles are the same, the side opposite those angles are also the same. So X would be 6. Number 2, same thing in reverse. If the sides are the same, the angles are the same. So what's X?
45.
45, good. Number 3, see how all the angles are the same? So it's equiangular. If it's equiangular, it's also equilateral. So what's X?
5.
5, very good. And number 6, this is a tricky one. When all the sides are the same, all the angles are the same. When all the angles are the same, they are 60 degrees. Wonderful. Raise your hand if you have any questions.